All right, so what's up, guys? So we're out here on another run, out here doing this craziness for all you guys to simply sit back, watch, admire, and enjoy. And no, without further ado, we are gonna start talking about today's video topic. And this is not only about fitness, but getting ripped, right? That definition may vary quite greatly from person to person, but you get the gist, right? That person that you see, you know, with their veins popping out, right? Or at least they're skinny, something, right? That is in good physical shape, but not necessarily the biggest person in the world, but the most cut and defined person, right? At least we can all agree upon that, right? Because the opposite of that would be the bulk, right? That massive, big, almost think like a football player or a wrestler, right? Super strong people. But, you know, today we're gonna talk about being ripped. So, without further ado, we're gonna give you 4 reasons why anybody can get ripped. Reason number 1 is that it all starts with cardio, right? We all have the power within us to get our heart rate going up. And when our heart rate goes up, we start to lose fat, right? The amount of fat in our body goes down. And if you want to get ripped and defined, you gotta lose that fat, right? Chances are you got a big cluster of fat above your stomach or on your arms, right? Blocking those veins from popping out, right? Those traditionally aesthetic features that would constitute you as being ripped. And you know, all that boils down to is having a low body fat. But you know, it's easier said than done. There's very, you know, amount of different ways of getting there, but you all start with cardio. And the cardio is the easiest way to get there, because you know, for the amount of fat loss that you generate by doing that cardio will take you forever and a day, you know, to try to do it while you're lifting weights or while you're simply going about your normal business. But it'd be simply foolish. You'll be believing a lie, you know, if you think that you're gonna be able to easily get there, lose that fat without that cardio. Right? And while many people don't do it, they are active people, and they are probably even doing that cardio work without even realizing it, right? So what it boils down to is just getting your heart rate up, right? Because when you're sitting, you're resting, you're not really burning that much calories. And even if you think about it, we burn more calories when we're sleeping than when we're sitting down on the couch watching a movie, right? Because you know, when we're sleeping, our heart rates are higher, right? We're breathing more rapidly. We're possibly dreaming, right? Things are coming to our head. We might be moving a bit, snoring, and all that leads to is that calorie loss and that fat loss. So, you know, take that principle and apply it right to your workouts, and you're gonna see yourself start to burn those calories quicker, right? From that cardio, right? That's going out here and running is only gonna raise our heart rate up, right? If it didn't, we could pretty much fall, you know, into a heat stroke or have a bunch of different complications, right? It's normal, it's healthy that our heart rate shoots up, right? In order to deal, you know, with the environment, right? It's hot as crap out here. So that's what we gotta do. Another way, you know, why anyone can get ripped besides doing the cardio is to shorten the amount of rest between sets. Right? Think about it. If you wanna build that strength, you wanna lessen the amount of breaks you have. Shorten, I mean, if you, yes, you do. Because when you rest, your heart rate goes down. Right? You start to return back to normal. And when you go back to pick up the weight, you're picking that weight up with a lower heart rate, which is only going to lead to less fat loss. And when you have less fat loss, you are less likely to get ripped, right? You see the definition pop. So far too many people I see, especially in the gym, sit around, lounge around, watch TV shows, right? Scroll through Instagram when they should be exercising, right? You don't see them breaking a sweat, right? They're in there almost like it's just another day at the office, right? Another day at the cafe. And if you took them and switched places with someone on a hot summer's day in a cafe, it would be the same, right? They might not even have that muscle pump that everyone gets. So if you're that person that's in there pretty much torturing themselves, right? Sweating like crazy, running around, doing the work, you are gonna be easier able to get ripped, right? Because you're putting your body in that uncomfortable scenario of constant work. And that constant work is only gonna lead to constant progress, right? It'd be foolish if you don't consider that. So really think about your length, duration of your rest breaks and shorten them, try to lessen them. And it may be hard at first, but with time, with practice, you'll get there. So tip number 3, as far as why anybody can get ripped, is that we all eat, right? We're all humans. Many of us are carnivores, some of us aren't, and that's okay, because it gives us choices, right, between what we put in our body, right? There's so many different things to eat: good, bad, super nutritious, super not nutritious, super harmful, etc. So if you're able to realize the impact that has on your body, you're going to be on your ways, because you are going to be more likely to put the right things in there, right? Fill yourself up with all the vitamins and nutrients, and remove all the toxins and sugars and fats, cholesterols, right? Stuff that you want to avoid. That's all within your choice, because we all have to eat, right? Dinner time arrives for everyone on this earth, pretty much, besides the people that are fasting, right? Which is something you could do as well, right? Although not so recommended, because it would lead to the extreme of you losing so much weight that you may appear to be lethargic and too skinny. But you could do that in moderation, too, getting ripped, right? You're eating too much, why not take a day or two without eating, right? I say it like it's so easy, but it's hard. And by putting yourself through that hard situation, you're gonna get there. You're gonna see those results that you've always dreamed of, right? And you will get ripped and aesthetic, right? Which is gonna come from that loss of body fat as we await this red light to change. And tip number 4, in regards to anybody getting ripped, is obviously the weightlifting portion of it, right? Being able to push weights and move them, right? Because it allows us to cut and sculpt our body, right? Although we may do the work to lose the weight, to lose the fat, if we do exercises like abs and curls, it's gonna cut and shape our muscles, right, in the right ways, right, in the ways that we want to view them and see them, right? Because if you don't, you will be able to see what you have, but you won't necessarily be super ripped, right? You will just be skinny, right? And there's a huge difference between being skinny and being ripped, right? Being skinny is someone at a low body fat, but being ripped is someone at a low body fat, with muscle, right? Not an overpowering amount of it, but something that you could see, right, easily with your eyes. It's there. It's undeniable. It's not excessive, but you have quite a bit of it as you go around. And it's okay if you're not there yet, you're not ready. But by lifting those weights, by entering the gym and doing your thing, picking up those weights, moving them, you're gonna be on your way to getting it. So these are the 4 reasons why anybody in the world, you're ripped. Thank you very much, and goodbye.